Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jojin Movie So Awesome. I'm Won-Jin.
I'm Joe.
All right, so here we're
going to talk about...
we're going to talk about The Last of Us.
Episode 8.
Episode 8. And
spoilers ahead.
Yeah, major spoilers ahead. In our last episode, we saw that flashback of Ellie and her best friend. What was her name? Riley?
Yeah. Forgive us. Won-Jin is a little bit hungry.
Maybe I'm losing my concentration.
Yeah. We're filming 3 in a row, and Won-Jin is just going bulldozer mode. But we call this Joel Kneecap because Joel is I think sociologist, social biologist would study this episode, in that we would forgive anything if we think we know a character, because Joel and Ellie are definitely violent people, and Joel, we get to see Joel in full T-1000 mode,
and from the previous episodes, Joel hints that he has done a lot of bad things, and we only see him use violence when it's necessary. But in this episode, we see Joel using violence in a way that it's kind of like beyond being necessary.
No, but I think
he's
no, it's definitely necessary, because I think sociologists will study this, because what are you going to do for love, right? Because it's kind of a confirmation that Joel actually gives a shit about Ellie.
Yeah.
Like, he kind of pretends he doesn't, but he does. And here, as soon as he knows that Ellie is in danger,
he has no problem bringing out the worst in himself.
Yeah, he gives zero fucks. You're all going to die unless I find Ellie. And then here, like, the scene was brilliant in its utter brutality.
Yeah.
Like,
because he gets the answer of where he is on the map.
Yeah.
And before he asks the next guy, he just straight up kills him.
You know, because in other shows, they try to usually justify these scenes. You remember that scene where Hugh Jackman had his daughter kidnapped, and he has the poor mentally disabled boy in the shower, hot showering and torturing him, and we're supposed to feel like Hugh Jackman is like he's going through a difficult time, like emotionally. But here, Joel gives zero fucks, pulls a knife, stabs it, and says straight out, almost like Kang the Conqueror level, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And then he doesn't even, like, the funny thing is, like, he never promised them that they would be safe, and then they just spill the beans anyway, and then he straight up kills him.
Yeah, straight up kills him. And then what did he tell the next guy? It's like, it's okay, I believe him. I don't need you.
I believe him. Like, cause like, there's something like he's definitely a war veteran, because he's like it's like a very high form of like psychological torture too.
Yeah.
Because as soon as the other guy, like, he heard through the tones of the voice of the guy dying that this is true, and he got the confirmation from the bitch ass saying, I'm not gonna tell you anything. Like, as soon as he heard that, he's like, yeah, I know he told me the truth.
and he just bashes him with a pipe or something.
No, but I love the fact that Joel rushes in, but Ellie is the one who handled the business, though. Ellie didn't need Joel. Ellie was, first of all, like the actor Ramsey, you're a great actor. You're a great actor, because and the David guy was a great actor too. What a piece of shit. I mean, we talked about Immortan Joe possibly coming up, but I did not expect a psychopath, serial rapist, like a cultist.
Yeah, so we gotta mention this. You know, when I heard that they were going to Salt Lake City, which is in Utah, this thought just crossed my mind. It's like, maybe they're gonna meet some kind of cult, because Utah, I'm sorry, but Utah,
nothing against Utah.
Yeah, nothing against Utah, but there just happens to be a lot of these cults.
It's
in
a cliche.
And there are a lot of these like polygamists and these cults and stuff.
Yeah. There is a cultural image of that place.
And the moment we see this the priest and his followers, it just gave me this Premonition.
Yo, man, and not just that, but when they kept saying venison like 2 times in a row, and the camera zoomed in on the meat. Soup, I was just like, yeah, that's not venison. Fuck that. You guys are starving to death, and there's something weird going on.
You know, when they said venison and it zoomed in on that meat, you know what came to my mind?
What?
The way the priest told his follower that we're gonna bury your dad.
Oh yeah,
when spring comes. The ground is too frozen to dig. I was like, okay, could it be?
Yeah.
And it also reminded me of that movie. Remember, I mentioned this in our previous take. The Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Because Denzel Washington in that movie comes across this house, and he's served this like meat where apparently in a world meat is really rare, and then they eventually find out that they've been eating people.
Yeah. I mean, it also happens in The Road, the movie, based on Cormac McCarthy's book, because Vito Mortensen finds the people locked up. They're like livestock. And here there's something similar going on, which is revealed later. But man, that David, that villain was really great too. I love how he is perceptive though. He is very charismatic, and one of the best lines is, you know, he does call Ellie a violent soul. And from 7 episodes in, we kind of know that's true. You know, so there were some great like character development. Like this was not a meaningless like a villain. It was I think it's almost like a mirror image of Joel and Ellie, especially Joel, because he also wants to take care of Ellie for some perverted reason. But Joel is also a caretaker. And remember in the prior episode, the district attorney lady did talk about this. So it's about Ellie's character development. Like whether she chooses this dark side or this good side. But I think... Yeah, go ahead.
I love the way they unravel and reveal what kind of character David really is in a very subtle way. Because in the beginning of the episode, we're led to believe that he is truly a harmless character, and he has truly good intentions by stopping his follower from shooting Ellie and like showing mercy to her, giving her penicillin. But the moment I knew that there was something messed up was when he slapped that girl, and second, when everybody was having a meal, that rationed meal, which clearly wasn't enough for each of them, he had this plate full of meat, just himself, all for himself.
And he was eating it deliciously.
And that's when I knew that something was up.
Another fucked up line was when he said, like, your father is dead, but you still have a father, or something like that. So he's basically like this rapist cult leader. Like so I
your daddy.
So that was weird, and then we get confirmation of that from the way he treats Ellie. And but I loved Ellie's I love how smart she is. She shows the infected sign, and the bitch ass follower is like, "Oh, I know," and then she just knives like with a kitchen knife.
Not just the kitchen, that was like a butcher knife.
No, and let me tell you something. And Commando Ellie again dodges bullets and fights a full-grown man in a burning building, which I didn't mind. It was really well done because that burning scene was done well, because it really. Because it's a metaphor. Because the church building is burning, and David's mask is also burning.
That's right.
We're getting to see that this man is truly evil,
and it also reminds us of hell.
Inferno mode. I definitely agree.
And I love the fact that although he saw his building catching fire, he decided not to do anything about it, and instead decided to pursue Ellie.
And he almost maintains that very logical, very calm viciousness that we usually see in like a lot of like serial killers and other shows. But I love that it's Ellie who fucking takes care of him like a boss. Like damn, man, like Ellie must have like again, Commando Ellie, just fucking, and then Berserk mode.
You know, like when she was cleaving him, basically. It reminded me of Warcraft 3. What's his name? The guy who kills Manaroth. Remember that last scene?
Hellscream.
Hellscream. Yeah, that's like Hellscream mode there.
Yeah. No, but that was great because it was terrifyingly violent. But we already know that this world is violent, and we also know, like the last episode kind of hinted at how much pain and hopelessness Ellie has gone through, just like Joel. And I think that's all coming out. Yeah. It's a very like cathartic scene too. Right. As morally questionable as it was, I loved it when she just shoved that fucking thing up that guy's face.
She was just letting it all out.
Yeah,
I could tell. And applause to the actress.
Yeah, I mean, and then it was beautiful, and when she came out of the building, let me go, and Joe's like, baby girl.
Yeah, he says those words, baby girl.
Yeah, baby girl.
What happened to you're just a cargo?
Right. Yeah, I went Terminator mode to find you, and then we get this undeniable, like, confirmation that they love each other sort of as a father and daughter, which is beautiful. And I even like the snow background.
Yeah,
it is. They did a fantastic.
It's kind of cleansing in a way.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Like it reminded me a lot of that scene from Kill Bill, where Onimusha or whatever, the mafia lady and the girl like do duels.
What was her name? Oren Oshi or something. Yeah.
Because there's something peaceful about the snow, and that was done really well. And this episode was wow. I mean, this series keeps dropping these mini movies like this. Yeah, except the Ellie Commando part. She's like, she doesn't need Joe. She can take over the world.
Yeah. And I also love the way they reveal that they and giving us the confirmation that they had been eating humans.
Yeah.
By showing us Joel.
Yeah.
Going through the warehouse. And
that was
everything.
Really disgusting.
That was very disturbing.
Yeah, because it reminded me of Goya's painting of Kronos eating his son.
Oh, that's right.
You know how like.
That's a good point.
Because like what signifies a human being? The head, right? And the heads are all cut off. It's just meat, and then. But I also do. I love David's line about the fungi, though. He's saying the fungi has no intention.
We forgot to mention that thing. Yeah. We eventually realize that he's not even worshiping Jesus. He's worshiping the cordyceps.
Yeah, sort of. Well,
and he's fascinated by it.
Well, I think he like, I love his demented view of the world. Like, and he's saying, like, basically what he's saying is, fungi is another kind of animals. Animals don't have any right or wrong, and it's up to us, blah, blah, blah. And he has this very twisted sense of how you live this world. It did remind me of Immortan and Joe, except this one is a more realistic version. Because the actor, like, it's kind of like in James Bond Quantum of Solace. Remember that villain?
Oh, the guy who dies
the French dude.
In the desert,
in
Bolivia.
Yeah, he looks like a regular dude. And here we get this. I was speaking in Immortan Joe as sort of a half joke too, but here we see a completely regular looking guy being completely sinister. And I love that guy. He's in a lot of shows and movies. He's a great, like, I think...
He was great. His performance was great in this episode. It was totally believable. I
love the sidekick, too. Because that guy sold how terrified people are of him. Because that guy is always, like, doing the shaky eye. Like, what the fuck you say?
Like, the moment he turns around.
Yeah.
Let's just kill him. And he just, like, looks back.
Yeah. I like David's control over the group. And his...
And one more thing I liked about this episode is how it links to what Joel and Ellie went through in that different the university campus, because the events are linked.
Right.
The guy who shanked Joel was he was like part of this group, and they had been looking for the killers.
Yeah, David has that line. Everything happens for a reason, and. Too bad, fuck you, because everything happens for you. You're here to make Ellie and Joe confirm their love. But I do think, this is a hint. I think the episode 9, I think the next one is the last one. I think we're going to get a bloody end. I mean, I think this episode is kind of because we're seeing Joel in a very, very, like, we're getting confirmation about his past. And I do think like he will do anything for Ellie, but he's also a Terminator. So I do think we're gonna see some incredible violence in the next episode because I do think that because one of the terrifying things about this episode was before it was mostly gunshots, but here he's up and personal.
Yeah, it's like stabbing.
Yeah. I mean, we did see him break a guy's neck, so we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a very bloody ending to the Commando father and daughter. Like fuck the world, Commando, Commando, Ellie and Joel.
Yeah, you know when Ellie was like running around the town killing the follower and fighting, it also kind of reminded me of the violence I saw from Logan the movie, like Hugh Jackman and the little girl. There's something truly disturbing about little kids killing people. So it
I guess we don't
gave
expect
me that vibe. Yeah
That's
so it was very well done.
All right, so let's give a number grade to this episode.
I think I would give this like 9 out of 10. I like this episode very much. I think, like you said, this episode itself is kind of like a mini movie. So it was very well done. All the characters, the acting, very well done. So I would give it like a 9 out of 10.
I would give a 9 too. I almost wanted to give it a 10, but let's do that over. Let's definitely review the whole season next week because we're reaching our end, and I can't wait to see the finale. It's been awesome. I hope everything comes together. I mean, it's been climax after climax after climax, and I think the next one will be Game of Thrones level ending. Anyway,
or maybe kind of like a Witcher style ending.
What do you mean?
Like opposite Witcher. You know how in Witcher season 1 the ending is like Witcher and what's her name, the girl meeting up. Maybe in the end of this season Joel and Ellie will be separated for some reason. We'll see. I mean, people who played the game would already know, but
it's been a recurring theme though. They are getting separated and coming back again. I think it's a recurring theme. I don't know though. Let's see what happens. Anyway, this has been Jojin Movies So Awesome. This has been Won-Jin. This has been Joe says Won-Jin.
That has been Joe.
Thank you for tuning in. We will talk about Mando, Last of Us, and maybe possibly another movie or show next week. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.
Bye.